sacrifice those servants in my name. Let's give you something worthy to sacrifice. My subjects fail me. They deserve to be destroyed.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You ought to visit someday. Somerset's days of isolation are over.
Sir Hughes was once a good man. The killing Duchess Lucana could not be forgiven.
Comrade, a word.
Why are we losing so many helmets? Harpy attacks? No. Doesn't look like a blood fiend gnawed off any of your limbs. Even better, you weren't hopelessly lost in the mountains. That's victory in my book. The Fighters Guild can't show the Worm Cult any mercy. We need to root them out, destroy their Daedra, and destroy any dark anchors we find. Volcanic activity has our Stonefalls chapter second-guessing reports of dark anchors. They say nothing is out of the ordinary. I'm not willing to take any chances. Destroy any dark anchors you find in Stonefalls.
Welcome, friend.
Rub it in, why don't
The guild has need of you,
you? You must
comrade.
know Shadowstooler has...
Staging catapults near the dark anchors is too risky. Or is it? Good. I've already told the Stone Falls chapter to increase their patrols. If the worm cult gets a foothold, volcanic activity will be the least of their problems.
Why don't you? If you must know Shadowstooler has rejected me. Again.
Prices have never been better.
Was Thoat Replicanum always here? No, there have been rumors of creature and monster in the archive for a while, but I never encountered them before the Maligraphies. The source of our troubles is Thoat Replicanum. She's summoning Maligraphies, creatures of ink, and they're making the archive unsafe. I have a plan, but I'm a researcher and not well equipped to deal with the dangers. Daedra can be commanded by Nimics, their true names. If you can find Thoat Replicanum's Nimic, we can summon her and defeat her. This will be treacherous, so I'm prepared to offer you a reward to compensate for the dangers you'll encounter. That door will take you into the archive. The Maligraphies are the best lead we have, so head toward orbs of unstable ink, and you'll find them. I'll watch and offer advice when I can, but I'll leave the fighting to you. It's not my forte. They resemble the contents of the text itself. Most of the books here in the archive are historical accounts. They seem differently tempered as well. Some are peaceful, many hostile, and almost all have different skills and strengths. Think about it this way. A book can discuss a king as a vicious conqueror or a benevolent philanthropist. Both of these descriptions could be true, but a text must choose one. As for the differences in strengths, not all authors are equally skilled. I can usually tell after they attack. Most of the Maligraphies will fight you, but that doesn't mean that all of them will. Just keep an eye out for any that behave violently. Then you underestimate the power of the written word. Remember that these characters, as you called them, aren't in their books anymore. A sword made out of ink is still a sword. I have the scars to prove it. It all comes back to ink. The Maligraphies are made out of the book, and I've seen Thoat Replicanum scribbled across the margins of many pages here. I'm practiced enough at research to know when I'm on the cusp of discovery. The Nimic is Daedra's true name. If we hold the Nimic, we'll be able to control her to some capacity. I'm not powerful enough to banish her from the archive outright, but I think I have enough magic to summon her. The Infinite Archive holds written records of events that were, or that could be. There were others who called this place home, but they're dead to the archive. I didn't think that was possible. The Infinite challenges many of my assumptions. Threads of fate bind everything in the archive to the index. If the threads break, the item is returned to safety. This protects the tomes, but it is helpful should an accident-prone researcher bury his nose in a book and walk off a cliff. And now it appears some of the inhabitants of the archive no longer have the protection of the threads. I have no idea why that is so, and it disconcerts me. I would be lost if I was no longer bound to the index. That giant orb. Since it's tied to everything in the archive, we use it to locate books throughout the infinite expanses. This place would be a headache to navigate without it. You'll see evidence of them as you travel. I know of a few who aren't dead to the archive, but I'm not sure if they encountered the Maligraphies yet. I'll do my best to steer you toward them when I can. They could help you. So, now you've encountered the Maligraphies. You handled them better than I did. I can see why you were rewarded with a verse for your efforts. The Filers helped me locate another orb of Maligraphies. You need to take this portal to get there. The archive is unique in that the locations which form the sprawling archival wings are not actually connected. Portals are the only way to travel. Don't worry about getting lost. I'll make sure to create a portal to where we first met in each wing. I remember when the concept felt foreign to me as well. There might have been land at one point, but it's gone, and left very disparate locations a great distance from one another. The books we must have lost when that occurred. Oh, that's simple. We used the index. The giant orb in the room where we met. It's connected to everything in the archive. You, the filers, the books, the malligraphies, everything. It's a safeguard against all manner of danger, too. Get hurt enough times and you will appreciate the index. Versus our augments, advantages, gifts from Hermaeus Mora himself to aid and alter your trip in the Infinite Archive. Well, that depends on the one you select. They could strengthen an area in which you feel lacking, add a new ability to your formidable repertoire, or simply keep you in good health in this dangerous place. The choice is yours. No pressure.
Watching you fight!
Verses and visions aren't just gifts. They make your fight.
Have you noticed that some wings of the
for you this time. One leads to more malligraphies, but the other has a verse. Your choice. This malligraphy. I recognize it. In this case, that may not be too careful. Impressed. He's offering you visions. Those last longer than verses. Hang on, what's this? A fragment of a mimic. It couldn't drop the whole thing? Well, if this malligraphy had a piece, the others might too. Keep going. I've never seen a malligraphy leave anything behind when they die. But then I also never recognized a malligraphy before. Today holds many revelations. This course of action is working. Keep it up. Since Thoat summons the malligraphies, perhaps they retain a piece of her. Her magic could require a portion of her mimic. There's also a possibility that Thoat is less in control of the malligraphies than we think. Oh, bother, I'm hypothesizing. There's still so much we don't know. But I doubt any Daedra would willingly divulge a piece of their mimic. I can only conclude that this fragment wasn't freely given, which means the mimics are an inherent part of these malligraphies. This malligraphy seemed more powerful. However Thoat creates malligraphies, this one probably took more energy to manifest. That sort of magical effort takes its toll. Knowing what army a soldier belongs to is not the same as knowing their name. To continue the military metaphor, you just fought a general. As the foremost expert on malligraphies, I know next to nothing. One thing I can guarantee you about this place: anything is possible. I read about incredible figures such as the Imperfect, Prior Theric, and Cinemoth. Any number of deadly enemies are contained within the Archive's tomes. While verses are more powerful, they don't last very long. Conversely, the same is true about visions. Their augments are less impactful, but they'll last for as long as you're in the Archive. Receiving an offering of visions is impressive.
The manifest is full. Let's go.
There's an urgent task for you.
We have an unexpected guest, Vestige. My attempts to use the Orb of Discourse to locate Saisahan did not meet with success, so I decided to try a more direct approach. I used it as it was intended and contacted Abnathan. He admits that he knows Saisahan's location, but he will not reveal it. He demands to speak with you directly.
We meet again, Vestige. I wish to speak with you on a matter of some urgency. Menimarco and his vile master have dark and terrible plans for this world. If you wish to stop them, you need to find the Amulet of Kings. But to find the amulet, you must first locate Saisahan. Of course I do. And I might be willing to share that information. For a price. If Menimarco learns that we've spoken, he'll have me executed. I'm a danger to him. I know too much. Therefore I, Abnathan, Chancellor of the Elder Council, Overlord of Nibene, formally request asylum. Do I look to be in a mirthful mood? There comes a point when even a patriot's loyalty is stretched too far, when the things he has done and has seen done become too much to bear. Would that I could. As it happens, I find myself to be somewhat of a prisoner, in dire need of rescue. My proposal is this. If you retrieve me from Menimarco's fortress and grant me asylum, I will give you Saisahan's location in return. You can't. And you'd be a fool to trust me completely. But the facts remain, you need me if you wish to find Saisahan, and I must keep my head if I am to ensure the continuance of the Empire. Neither of us has a choice.
Than is quite correct. We have little choice in the matter.
You can't be serious. How can we possibly trust him?
As our visitor so eloquently pointed out, we cannot. But if we are to locate Saisahan, we must do this. Go with the Vestige, Virus. Rescue Than. Give him the chance to redeem himself. He may surprise you.
You appear to have arrived in the wretched Squalor, a shantytown of soul-shriven outside Menimarco's castle. As luck would have it, Menimarco is away on some errand for the Daedric Prince. The castle garrison is not on alert, so you should only encounter a token defense. The main gate is sealed, but there are undoubtedly other routes one might take. You're the hero, aren't you? Improvise.
a skeever. Improvise, he says. I can't believe we're risking our lives to rescue that skeeving horker. Subtlety and stealth. Let's not bring the entire castle guard down on our heads. And didn't he say this was a town of soul-shriven? Maybe we can find one who knows his way around. Try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured.
I'll butcher these worms and stack their corpses so high Malakath himself couldn't see over them. That's easy. All you've got to do is get captured, killed, and stuffed into a soul gem like yesterday's laundry. If you're serious, Cadwell can probably get you in. Might be too late though. They just chased him into the guardhouse.
Why am I not surprised to find Cadwell here? He certainly does get around.
No!
What are you doing here?
Intruders!
I say, jolly good timing. Lyris enchanted, as always. And you're looking fit for someone, so how can I put it? Deficient in the soul department? Wherever the forces of evil prey upon the innocent, wherever souls are stolen and bodies shriven, wherever a people cry out for justice, there goest I. I mean, this whole eternal servitude business is rather nasty, don't you agree? Tiberius Garters, why? Lovely grounds, no question, but it's positively brimming with angry cultists carrying rather large weapons. I see. A rescue, is it? Well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? There is a cistern that drains into the waterway. The door is locked, but that's not stopped me before. Why don't you meet me there and we'll see what's what?
That might be our best chance to get inside. Daedra to fill a cave with bones and muck.
You keep up nicely. I can't abide dawdlers. This whole bloody castle sits on top of an ocean of unstable oblivion, what's it? The Daedra use pipes to control the flow of it all, and it comes out as steam. Well, most of the doors in here are sealed with pressure from that steam. It's all rather complicated, but in a nutshell, if I can tamper with the pipes, we can open the doors to the inner keep, and you can slip inside. Well, I can handle the tinkering, but you'll have to keep the beasties off me. It will be quite a romp. Are you game? Onward! Ha-ha!
laughed at this one. This should do it. There you are. Quick as you please. There's even time for tea. A pleasure, think nothing of it. The merest trifle, truly. You'll find this Tharn fellow at the top of the Tower of Bones. You'll need to make your way through the keep's hard to get to it, but it's not terribly far. I understand the King of Worms has set him to the task of inspecting the soul gems that find their way into the castle, which is to say, well, all of them. You'll see crates of the things scattered around the premises. Indeed? Well, I might just take you up on that. But safety first. I'll stay here for the nonce and make sure nothing comes to bugger up our little adventure from behind.
Sir Cadwell came through again. That crazy night is starting to grow on me. Should I be worried?
Oh no, hear me out. How many Tharns does it take to rule an empire?
Shut up. I'm trying to work here.
None. The one on the throne is a patsy, and the one in the tower isn't useful anymore.
You, hurry up. The worms are on the move.
There you are. I was beginning to think you were captured. We've a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. The door at the top of the tower has sealed with a warded barrier. I've seen the worms use similar sorceries before. It will sear you to ash if you touch it. Here's a thought. The flesh Atronags that patrol the castle halls are assembled in a laboratory very close to the warded door. If you created your own Atronach, it would be bound to obey you. You could force it to smash through the barrier. It's a simple process. A child of 5 could do it. Unfortunately, we don't have a child of 5, so I'll be forced to walk you through it. You'll need some good-sized chunks of flesh. Take them to the laboratory and I'll contact you there.
imagine how the worms get used to this. Freezing in here. At least that means the body parts won't smell as bad. Not the most glamorous task, is it? Lung?
Not very big, is it? Oh well. Now, cast the ritual from the book. We'll make a necromancer of you yet. You're not far now. Through the door and to the summit. gone, insufferable worms. I'm working as fast as I can. So, we meet in person at long last. You look taller in your projection. And not a moment too soon. If I had to inspect one more bloody soul gem, I'd have thrown myself from the tower. A fair question. I know things that can help you. Here's a bit to whet your appetite. Menimarco isn't doing any of this to serve Molag Bal. His ultimate plan is to out-scheme the god of schemes and to replace him. The Amulet of Kings is the key to everything. Why do you think he kidnapped Sai Sahan? He's torturing him, trying to get him to reveal the amulet's hiding place. Precisely. With the amulet at his command, Menimarco believes he can trap Molag Bal's essence and absorb his power. He seeks to become a god himself. I'd love to discuss this further, but this is hardly the place. Get me to a safe haven and I will tell you the rest. That was our agreement, was it not? Now, let's... Wait. Did you feel that?
Now, Tharn. No telling my secrets. Go to your room, Abner. I will deal with you shortly. Ah, dear Lyris. Your old position at the Foundry is still available. We'll even give you your own set of unbreakable chains. And you, the thorn in my side, the pebble in my shoe. How strong are you? Shall we test your limits? Infuriating. The process drains the energy from most victims, yet you keep fighting. Strength surprises me. But how much more can you take, I wonder?
Menimarco, you dare attack the Chancellor of the Elder Council. His power wanes, Vestige. Strike him down while his attentions are on me.
How dare you betray me, Tharn? Suffering will be legendary.
He will not remain discorporated for long. His consciousness will be adrift for a few moments, but that is all. Because Menimarco has delusions of godhood. He cares nothing for the Empire. He seeks only power. I've never done battle with him before. He's far more powerful than I imagined. Oh well, too late for regrets. In for a bean, in for a beanstalk. First things first, we need to get out of here alive. We certainly can't go back the way you came in. I'd imagine they're swarming the grounds already. There's a refuse chute further down the path. It's a bit of a drop, but we'll probably survive.
You must be the ugliest princess ever rescued from a tower, Tharn.
I'm shocked your lack of education and repeated blows to the head haven't dulled your wit, Titanborn. Hello again. Need a way out? I'll have that open in just a moment. Arcade preserve us, you're as battered and bruised as a peach in a sack of rocks. Bit of the old derring-do, was it? No matter. You'll be needing an escape route, no doubt. Well, it's what I do, quite honestly. We should probably hurry it up. The entire castle is as bristly as a sack of sewing needles after all that noise. Come with you? You mean leave Cold Harbor? Well, I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen the world I left behind. Do you think it's wise? Well, that's settled then. And after all, you do need someone to lead you out of here. Onward! Into the chute, come on!
Quickly! I've opened another portal. Hurry!
My estates, my titles, my own life, it's all forfeit now. All in the name of preserving the Empire. I swear by all the gods, Menimarco will pay dearly for this. Of course, I am Abner Tharn. It will take more than a few brainless cultists to rattle these old bones. Now then, where were we? Ah, yes. Truth be told, I don't know the precise location, but I do know that he is Menimarco's prisoner and that the King of Worms is trying to pry the location of the amulet from him. Now, before you lose your temper, let me clarify. I don't know precisely where he is, but I can find out. I'll just need a little time.
What? You son of a bitch!
Are you insane? Get away from me, you brutish she-troll!
Yes, stand down.
He's done nothing but lie to us from the beginning. I don't care what he says. He'll always be Menimarco's toady.
Please. Menimarco wants me dead. Did I pretend to capitulate to him? Yes, I did. Do you have any idea how many lives I saved by doing so?
The only thing you saved was your holdings in your own hide, you pompous ass!
Enough! Abner had no choice, Lewis. And we are guilty of our own deceit, are we not? The time has come for the Vestige to know the truth.
What's this? The Vestige doesn't know? Oh, this is rich.
Sire, don't.
Vestige, until now, you've only known me as the Prophet. But that is not my true name. I am Varen Aquilarius.
Our fallen emperor, in the tattered robes of a moth priest, blind as a newborn kitten.
I am sorry I deceived you, Vestige. You're angry. It is to be expected. I was once, but no more. My name is Varen Aquilarius. In truth, I feared you'd kill me where I stood if you knew who I was. You certainly wouldn't have allied with us so readily. I caused this, all of this. If Molag Bal destroys this world, the blame will be mine, and mine alone. You must not blame Lyris. She did as I instructed. She's my sworn protector, but she is also your ally. You have my solemn promise, Vestige. When this is over, if you still judge me harshly, you can end my life. I will offer no resistance. We must find Saisahan. Everything depends on that. In this matter, nothing. Abner and I must confer. We will contact you again when we have more information. I did not foresee Abner's defection, but I welcome it. Manamarco fears him, and with good reason. He can help us. I feel certain of it.